If buying things is not owning, then pirating is obviously not stealing. And Sony's slowly starting to learn this in the most beautiful way possible. If you did not know, Sony's currently kind of responsible for the absolute massive comeback of torrenting in gaming. It is one of the funniest things ever. And it's probably going to get a lot worse for Sony because, let's face it, they're anti-consumer clowns at this point.
When a gamer buys a PS4 disc, they have the rights to use that copy of the game. They can trade in the game at retail, sell it to another person, lend it to a friend, or keep it forever.
Yeah, well,
A different age, as they say.
not anymore, you're not.
It's clear this generation will not be defined by the incredible games that released during the PS5 and Series X's life cycle. Instead, the ninth console generation will be defined by corporate greed, mismanagement, and anti-consumer practices that could very well alter the course of the games industry itself. I can't think of a more accurate summary, or an article that better encapsulates the state of AAA gaming. Give a round of applause for Brian Shea of Game Informer, who wrote this just 2 days after PlayStation's most recent announcement that they were going to end physical video game production. What's up, everybody? This is the Digital Man here, and today, do you
Act ma'am?
like owning things?
You think you do, but you don't.
This console generation has genuinely felt like both Xbox and Sony have been racing to rock bottom. But who knew rock bottom had multiple basements? It's like finding out there's a color darker than pitch black. Like your mind can't really comprehend that. Neither can I comprehend how awful things have gotten with Xbox and PlayStation over just the last 6 years. Right when you think Xbox can't be outshitified, like, okay, they raised the price of absolutely everything. There's no way.
We currently have the Xbox collapse, and soon we're going to have the Sony collapse, because again, Sony has lost a lot of money, literally billions, with their gaming franchise, because they decided to, Sony's newest lineup is just woke on top of woke, and their newest games are not gonna perform well enough to plug this hole. So, if you're happy with the Xbox layoffs, Sony's also in the game. Don't you worry about that.
And then boom, PlayStation comes along and says, okay, hold my diarrhea. Yeah, folks, it turns out there's more than one diarrhea outbreak right now. Until Asha Sharma came around, all Xbox had done in the past 3 years was shut down multiple.
I can't wait until people slowly start to realize everything in Xbox is getting some kind of forced AI integration. Because again, that's the inevitable thing that's gonna happen with Xbox, full AI integration. That's the reason Asha Sharma is there.
Studios lay off tens of thousands of employees. They canceled a bunch of games and raised the price of every single.
Okay, listen, it's actually kind of base. They canceled Perfect Kitten. Okay, not really perfect, but definitely a Kitten, though.
Games and raise the price of every single product and service that they offer. And yet somehow, what PlayStation has done just recently has made them public enemy number one. The best way to describe the ninth generation of consoles is to say it has become a clown show, a never-ending stream of chaotic, disorganized management blunders resulting in entirely negative consequences for gamers, consumers, and all the folks who make video games. You know, back when loot boxes were super popular and that felt like the worst thing ever, it felt like we were fighting against just one shitty business practice. But here, in the year 2026, this isn't just a battle that we—
Oh shit, that opened my third eye. Holy fuck, do I feel awake. What the hell was that? Was that the epiphany sneeze? Holy hell. Bruh. What? Man, I was dead and now I'm— what the hell was that? I feel locked in. What the fuck? Yo, that was wild.
Can win with our wallets anymore. This is a war against the idea of ownership.
If they want war, we'll give them war.
Who knows, if we're lucky, maybe we'll have the luxury of being able to pay for the air that we breathe too. And before we—
Tech pros are unironically actually trying to create futuristic fucking garbage. that actually does have premium air and sunlight. Don't forget sunlight. That's also a really neat thing that we can sell to people because reasons.
We jump into it. This video is sponsored by Watcher of Realms, a fantasy strategy game
Whoa, whoa, whoa! What the hell is this?
where you can unlock, upgrade, and choose the heroes you send.
Wait, is that a discount Lilith?
Unlock, upgrade, and
Yes, it is. Oh, you can't see. Yes, it is. Well, actually, maybe it's better than Lilith, who honestly knows.
choose the heroes you send into battle. As you fight
Wait, is this gonna be the first ad in Generations we have watched? Hell yeah! Okay, no, boys, bad. This is a thing that's not a computer. It's okay. Listen, do not fall for the fly trap. Okay, it's a honeypot.
After investing heavily in massive flops like Concord, PlayStation's attempts to restrict access to Helldivers 2 to only those who were able to link their PSN account, the way they shut down Blue Point Games, who had only released bangers as far as I'm concerned, off the heels of the Stop Killing Games initiative, which got over 1.3 million signatures. Not to mention the surging costs of essential components like RAM, CPUs, and storage, which have driven up the prices of every single console and every single computer over the last 2 years. I shit you not, the 128 gigabytes of RAM I purchased just 2 years.
Oh, just a small reminder for everyone. These prices are never going down, so if you're thinking you're gonna wait a year or two to buy your new PC, buy it now because it's gonna be like probably half as more expensive in a year or two anyway. The AI thing is not going anywhere.
Years ago has quadrupled in price. Unfortunately, console storage and memory prices have increased by more than 2.5 times, and we expect another doubling by the end of fall of 2027. Everything is getting more expensive, and by making digital content the only viable means of consumption, these companies seek to exert control over what you are allowed to consume and how, as opposed to simply offering you the freedom to purchase the thing you want in the way you want. And I hate to say it, folks. Well, I don't, but Metal Gear Solid 2 predicted all of this. And Hideo Kojima, quote, is really sad about PlayStation ending disc production in 2028. He's actively buying up physical media and is frightened about the future of ownership as streaming becomes more dominant. And you know, speaking of physical games, just look at that. Just for a second. There are 52 pages in the manual for Metal Gear Solid 1 on PlayStation. All this stuff has been cut long ago. I shouldn't have to go over the reasons why physical media is important or why it was so much better back then. All I really want to highlight is what has been lost and how we're not even allowed the physical representation of the games that we own. What people are mad at is this tweet, and with 180 million views.
Oh wow, that's impressive.
The last tweet I remember seeing getting over 100,000 replies was the death of Chadwick Boseman. So this is exactly the response that needs to be given. Thank you all for pushing back against this. Everyone who replied, who liked the meme. I mean, I posted this anything else garbage can. Yeah, just anybody who interacts with this stuff and pushes back against it, keep it up. Let's just take a second.
Have you noticed all of these YouTube accounts that go over tweets and are like, oh, this is what I posted in response to it? I do the same, so, you know, yes, but my tweets don't get the attention they obviously deserve. But it is what it is. So I can make fun of these people because I'm not one of these people yet. Hopefully soon, though. And then, as Bernie Sanders no longer blamed the millionaires when he became one, it was just the billionaires. We will also not make fun of people inserting their grand opinion tweets because, yes.
To look at the PlayStation feed, so many of their posts are being hit with community notes. Yeah, Sony is pushing an old digital future without being upfront about its limits. PS5 downloads can't be played from USB. The expanding storage requires an expensive SSD. Digital games are licenses, not true ownership. Physical discs preserve choice, competition, and ownership. You can see basically every post they have made is being ratioed by the replies, and you just love to see it. Without third-party stores, we lose all pricing options and ownership. Sony already proved this by deleting purchased movies when licenses expired. I almost forgot about that. Sony erases digital content from libraries, like immediately before announcing this decision. You know, there's two puzzle pieces. There's two puzzle pieces here, and I'm struggling to put them together. Sony is currently attempting to establish a digital monopoly by eliminating physical media. Sony's sudden pivot to digital without informing partners its poor digital ecosystem in pivotal markets, desperation to erase retail and resell, and executives selling off stock suggest massive corporate instability. This content may not last long. Purchase warning. Yep, there you go. Then stop selling digital games for the same price as physical ones too. No. They need money. They need it. You are killing ownership. You are killing legal preservation. You are killing discoverability. You are...
Yeah, that's kind of what they want. So why name, dude? Why give them a tweet that says you did a good job, you accomplished everything you set out to? Don't write this. Just call him a bad word. Don't. That's a joke, YouTube.
Killing publishers. You are killing developers. This is a move that might slightly improve bottom lines, but tear down every other aspect of the medium. Well done. You fucked it up.
You done fucked it up! You done fucked it up, Sony!
PlayStation nostalgia account.
Angry Joseph.
I have no words. Final nail in the coffin of the company I once loved. It's just
Live long enough to see everything you love turn to shit. It is what it is.
PlayStation nostalgia. Yeah, I'll follow back. Respawn products will gradually cease production of physical chairs and shift to production of digital chairs only. And Burger King is clouding. You're getting clouded on by fucking...
Oh no, after Domino's, everyone started.
Spanish Burger King. Sorry, Brazilian Burger King. With all due respect, go fuck yourself. Yeah, look at this guy. Look at this guy. He doesn't play Tiger Chainsaw. You're not a real PlayStation fan. It only looks like you've collected every single physical game that PlayStation...
Oh, by the way, I forgot about this. It's too late, but I wanted, I guess for tomorrow, we're going to be reading an article where PlayStation probably has bought, I think it's IGN or someone, to say that, oh, physical copies only sold 100k copies in the year 2025 or something like that. And then it's literally community noted and it says, in literally just fucking Canada. Which is, again, they are desperate. They are desperate to get rid of physical media. Because physical media works and people love it. This is obviously why it's happening. The reality is, if no one actually was buying physical media, no one would be angry about this. We do not get angry about things that we don't care about. We're not liberal cuckolds. Anyway.
As a brand has ever released. Only physical disc production ending in January 2028 for new games releasing on PlayStation consoles. And now at first I thought this was like shameless nostalgia bait, saying like, oh, wait, you don't hate us? You don't hate us? Look, Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Remember Black Flag? Edward Kenway, pirates? I thought this was like some shameless nostalgia bait until I started to read between the lines and realized that this was actually Sony and PlayStation's endorsement of piracy. So...
do what you want because a pirate is free. You are a pirate.
In response to shifting trends
song.
in consumer preference, new games will be released on PlayStation Store and at retailers in digital formats only. Format this. Sony intends to pull the plug on all physical copies of video games that they release. As if removing the manual and all this stuff wasn't bad enough. Now they don't even want you to have a case. a physical representation of your games in your library and the memories that are associated with that. If I go back and just look at my library of games on this shelf, it's not the same as looking at my Steam library. You know, if I have somebody over, they can point to a game and be like, oh dude, you got this? Oh yeah, let's have a conversation about this game. Or, oh dude, you want to replay Gauntlet Dark Legacy? Fuck yeah, let's do it. No, there's none of that.
I want to replay the newest Golem game. That's what I fucking want to do. It's the modern day.
With all digital, but like, and that's not a knock against Steam, because that's with Steam, you get all the sales and the discounts and the good deals. All of the PlayStation fans watching this, first off, I'm sorry that you are being punished for your support. And just in case you thought they couldn't give
Xbox is, because of this, rumored to actually still have a disk drive, which is hilarious.
less of a shit about you, apparently Sony thinks it's not necessary to maintain contact with fans. They think you are cattle. You know, I really shouldn't have to explain why owning physical media and having that option is essential. Well, why don't I let Sony tell you why it's so important?
When a gamer buys a PS4 disc, they have the rights to use that copy of the game. They can trade in the game at retail, sell it to another person, lend it to a friend, or keep it forever.
The PS4 won the 8th gen console wars almost entirely because Xbox shot itself in the face and Sony said, "We're not doing any of that." Just listen to the crowd cheering at the simple idea that they will own the games and the consoles they purchase with no caveats. The goal of all this is really quite straightforward and simple.
We still need money.
They want to retain ultimate control of your entire library of games with the ability to shut it off and rob you at any moment, giving you no recourse and no alternative to purchase these games. It is
True. They have come to the idea. So they have tried everything. Grow an audience, failed. Increase prices, failed. Now they're trying to figure out ways to make you buy stuff twice. That's effectively where we're at. And when this inevitably fails, because it will, they're maybe gonna try and do something with renting games, which is technically, yes, already PlayStation Plus and Game Pass and whatnot to a degree, but it's gonna be more on the nose renting games. I think that's gonna be the next step inevitably in this evolution.
It's monopoly, and they want to force you to purchase their games through a single storefront on which they can charge full retail price and never have to offer any sales or discounts. At Walmart, God of War Ragnarok costs $28. On Sony's store, it costs $70. Because on Amazon, Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater costs $26. But if you buy it from PlayStation directly, it's only $70. This is the future they want. Full prices, no discounts, no refunds, complete control, no resells, no sharing, no transferring, nothing. Okay, so what's the argument in favor of shutting down production of physical copies? The argument is that it'll save them more money. It costs about $2 to $5 to print and ship a physical game case with a disc. Oh, so that's why they're going digital. They want to pass this savings off to the customer, effectively making games cheaper, right?
You stupid.
The point is, if there was something positive about this change, Sony would have mentioned it, but there isn't, so they didn't. This is objectively bad for the entire industry, and there is no argument because Sony didn't present one. It's not just bad for every owner of a PlayStation, but all these horrific practices could easily spread like a plague to Xbox and, God forbid, even Nintendo. When Sony says this
Dude, Nintendo is also already kind of doing it with their what's it called? The thing that you insert in the cartridge type of stuff. They're already kind of doing it there.
transition will enable us to align more closely with how most of our community prefers to access and play games today. Most of the gamers buy digital. Sure, okay, I'll give you that. But not all. There obviously exists an audience for collectors and folk who want the most value and freedom with the games they purchase, the freedom to share the game. As consumer preferences and the broader entertainment industry continue
Sid Schumann, he, him, of course.
to shift away from physical disc to digital. Look at the finger pointing here. Sony is just, they're just reacting to consumer preferences. It's actually your fault. It's your fault they're doing this. You know, you can't blame them. Blame the broader entertainment industry. Motherfucker, you are the broader entertainment industry. What are you talking about? This is a natural direction for Sony
That's actually true, though.
Interactive Entertainment to adapt to consumer trends as the general preference for digital media significantly outpaces physical discs.
Yeah, we know that this is a lie. Does he show the thing? No, he does not, it looks like. But yeah, we have proof again that this is not real. Sony just wants their 30% which is hilarious considering most games are still sold on on Steam, where they still have a 30% fee to pay Steam. So they're getting rid of physical because of the 30% thing, but most of Sony's games are still bought on Steam when the option arises. I think this is gonna be as fucking stupid at the end as the Game Pass price hike that they got, where Xbox understood, oh wait, this is not gonna work because not enough people, too many people canceled the Game Pass after the price hike happened. And this is the same thing that Sony's doing. It's effectively all just to lose a bunch of their fans, because that's fine as long as you make more money, obviously. So they're fine with losing fans in service of getting more money, because losing fans also has the advantage of, well, that's just more people that you can maybe get back in at some point. And if you're still making money while they're leaving, good. That's actually good. Business-wise, good. But they're gonna lose way more than they expect doing this. Again, Xbox fucked around and found out this, and Sony's also gonna get and receive this. But the thing is, Sony, maybe they just keep trudging along. I don't even honestly know at this point. They are kind of insane when it comes to stuff like this. In any case, that was the Act Man 10 out of 10. It's ma'am! In any case, have a nice day. Bye!